Hello everyone, and welcome back to Modded Minecraft. I am Reliikgaming, and this is FTB Infinity Evolved Skyblock, episode number 26. So if you've managed to watch the FTB Unstable 110 video that I put out before this, you'll probably be aware that I mentioned something about some issues that we were having on the server with Forge Loader for this pack, and unfortunately, those issues couldn't be resolved. However, we are here because the techie guy on the server did manage to get hold of a world save for me. So yeah, many thanks to him, because that means obviously that we can continue. And yeah, so bit of a shame. It means we're playing this on single player now, but that's fine. We'll press on ahead. We've still got the vanilla server that we can all sort of join up and collab on anyway. So we've got rid of all of the RF stuff because we just don't need that anymore, and I don't want to inadvertently even walk into that and sort of end up getting teleported off somewhere and yeah, basically not being able to get into the game. So yeah, clear that area away. So anyway, in the last episode we had started to look at setting up the logistics pipe system to automatically output the Redstone Solar Panels for us. And during the in-between episodes, I continue with that process. So I'm just going to nip downstairs and show you what I did. I can actually get over here. As always, I know hover mode is quite slow to sort of get you down there, but I like it because if I accidentally walk off the edge, it means that I'm saved. So yeah, anyway, enough of that. What I've done then is I've set up a redstone furnace. This is another redstone furnace from the one that's upstairs. And that is at the moment programmed, if I can just click on here, is at the moment programmed to make us glass. And then we've got another one of the crafting stations over here, which I think it's this one, yeah, which is programmed to make us glass panes out of the glass. So that means that is now all fully automated, and we don't have to start throwing glass panes into the system. All we need to do is to make sure that we've got a good supply of sand. And that did throw up one problem, which was that if we say requested something that didn't exactly require us to have 16 panes of glass, which obviously you're aware that 6 glass blocks equals 16 glass panes, then what was happening, they were basically, the excess was just getting thrown out into the world here. And yeah, that is not good. It's a bit wasteful, and that's not what we wanted. So we set up this reserve sort of chest here, for want of a better word. Now, all this requires to fix this is a basic logistics pipe connected into the system. And if I just go into that, if you change here, this is by standard says no. You change this to say default route yes, and what will basically happen is anything that hasn't got an inventory slot to go to, i.e. in this case the requester pipe, well, those items are picked up in here. And it also works really well when you say go upstairs and you order a redstone solar panel like we've got, which requires the smelting of a huge amount of sand over here. It pulls out all the sand that it needs at the beginning, but obviously this can only handle one stack at a time, and everything else gets thrown back out again. Well, what this system does then is, and you'll see this because I'll set one off in a second just so you can see how it works, but basically it just circles it through into here and round and round and round until there's sufficient room in the redstone furnace. So we don't get any spillages, the system doesn't stop, and as long as there's sufficient room in the, for want of a better word, the reserve inventory, then yeah, it continues. And obviously this is a crystal chest, so it's got quite a significant amount of room in here. So that said, let's go and set one of these off just so you can see how this works. And I'm hoping now that we've got enough of the other bits and pieces, because I did run out of iron pretty quickly with the setup that I've made, which I'll show you in a minute. But Yeah, we've got a few blocks of that, and also just make sure we've got enough steel, which looks like we have. So if we just click into this and we will select a redstone solar panel. Now it isn't quick because, as I say, there's no glass in stored up currently in the system, and so it has to go away, and it's got to smelt all the sand down into glass, and then make that glass into glass panes before it can make any of the stuff. But yeah, so we'll click the request. So yeah, we have got enough stuff because it's saying that it's been successful. And then we'll quickly get ourselves downstairs, and you can see what I mean about the looping system. So here we go. Here's all of the little modules are all flying around, and you'll see that these are coming in and out of this reserve chest. And if we go in here, you can see it just basically adding in piles of sand because it's pulled out the entire lot of sand that it needs to complete the entire process, rather than say the AE system, which just pulls in what it needs as it needs it. This front loads everything in order to complete the task. But yeah, as I say, some people probably don't like this the way that this is, and they'll swear by AE. And I've got to admit, I'm a massive fan of applied energistics, but I really do like this. I love the visual effect of it, and yeah, I've never used logistics pipes before, and I'm having a real lot of fun with it. I think it's a really good mod. It's really powerful, and from an early game perspective, it's just giving you that option to get stuff auto crafting, where, like I say, with the redstone furnace with the redstone solar panel would take you an absolute age to do. So we'll let that run, and I can show you the setup that I've got for this. We can get over here. And on the way, we'll just quickly stop off in front of the charge pad just to charge up the jetpack, because I don't want that to run out. Okay, so that is all fully charged up. And yeah, while I was just sort of away, I went away, had a little bit of a sleep, and I've gathered together some of the bits and pieces that I think I'm going to need for this task. But let's just get over here first. I can show you what I've done so far. And this is going to change, and I'll explain why I'm going to change it. So we've basically then got the redstone solar panels all set up here. I think I'm going to have to move this block because that's probably not going to grab any at all. Basically what's happening is they're all got the MV connectors going to this MV connector, going down to there, down to the redstone energy cells, and yeah, that's kind of slowly filling up with power down there. But because these are basically producing 64,000 RF per tick, and they do fill up pretty quickly, and this only has a transfer rate of 1,024 RF per tick, and in particular because the input rate on the redstone energy cells and the output rate is 8,000 RF per tick. Yeah, I just kind of feel like we're wasting power, or wasting potential a little bit. So that is filling up slowly. But we're going to want this to come over here, and this is pretty much going to be used to power a bit of a better setup for our assembly table, ultimately. I know we need power elsewhere, but that's kind of where my thinking's going with it. So I've put together a few of the bits that we need to sort of transform this into a high voltage setup. Now, I've got some of the high voltage wire connectors. I've made a high voltage capacitor, and I've also made, where I can find them now, some of these high voltage wire relays, as well as the wire. And the reason why I've got all these different pieces is because, unlike the MV wire connectors, which can have multiple connections, the HV wire connectors can only have a one-to-one connection. So you could connect one here, but then nothing else. And the way to get around that is by using relays. But there's also a problem with relays in that they can only face downwards. So you can't have them facing upwards like this. So in order to get the power down there, so first of all, let's just get rid of the setup that we've got here so far. So we just quickly get rid of these bits. I'm trying not to lose any of these if I can. like so. And then we'll get rid of this one as well. And we'll get rid of these blocks, because I don't think we're going to need... Yeah, we're not going to need that. So what we'll do is we'll pop the capacitor, I think just here. Then on top of that, we're going to put one of these high voltage connectors. And then get back up here again. On top of all of these, on top of all of the solar panels, we want the high voltage connectors. So just going to put one on top of all of those. And up here, we will pop the relay. Obviously, what was that I just threw down there? Oh, there's always something that I'm going to throw. I think it was just, okay, it was just one of those. Fine. So yeah, we'll pop the relay just here. And if we get back over there, that'd be great. Then we'll grab the HV wire. Now, hopefully, we can connect all of these up like so to the relay. Good. Like that. And then the last one here. I'm going to run out of wire, I can see that. And then we'll connect that to this one here. Good. And now that is filling up with power. And now all we need to do is connect another one of the connectors here. Add a bit of wire to here. In fact, we want to get rid of that one because that needs to be high voltage as well. So now we should be able to connect that to here. To here. Yeah, good. And now that should be filling up with power, which it is. And yeah, that seems like it's filling up with power faster. And now we just got the problem of getting this across the same setup to over here. Now, I think we are going to need, we need to get rid of all this. We are going to need to ultimately use one of the transformers because we want to get this back into medium voltage, because as I say, I do want to use the existing setup that we've got so far, because none of these other machines are draining faster than the 1024 RF per tick that the medium voltage connectors can supply. Well, apart from this will once I've got this set up, but we'll worry about getting the power over to the capacitor here first of all. So I think what we'll have is we'll get rid of this one and we'll get rid of this off of here, and we'll make that into a high voltage one, like so. And then just here, we're going to have one of the relays. So we're going to need something to attach that to. So we'll just attach it to there for now. So. And we've only got a couple of bits of wire left, so I think we're going to have to go away and make some of that before we finish this. So that will connect on to there. And yeah, this high voltage wire can actually reach 32 blocks. So I think potentially we can probably pop this over to here. We'll just pop it on one of these blocks for now. And just grab another one of the. I think perhaps we'll. Yeah, we're going to have to. We're going to have to use one of the connectors here, so that can go there like that, and we can connect that across. So let's just connect that. Let's just sprint over here if I can. Connect that up. Good. So we don't need that there anymore. Let's just grab that up. So we've got the power from our little setup over there, and we've got it over here. All we need to do now is to get ourselves a transformer so that for now we can just get it into our system, and then we can work on getting this situation sorted. So for the transformer, wherever that is, HV transformer, we are going to need a high voltage wire coil, which is a load more of these high voltage wire coils with some iron in the middle. And then a couple of one medium voltage, one high voltage, and then some more iron. So let's go and grab some more of this wire. And I think we're going to need some more steel, that is for sure. And hopefully, I always say this, that I've got enough in here, but I haven't, because I think I've got some in my storage anyway, but we'll get that. Definitely get that making up some more. And in the meantime, we'll go and see if there's any in our storage system, which I'm kind of hoping there is now. Otherwise, we are in for a bit of a long wait. And yeah, there is. Cool. So how much was that? That's enough. That'll do. Right. So let's make some of the high voltage wire first of all. And just going to have to quickly remind myself, as always, how we do it. That's fine. So there we go. I'll make a good amount of that. And now we can make, I think we got the iron on this. Yes, we have. We can make the next bit that we need for the relay, which is the high voltage coil. And I thought it was just a case of that, which it is. I don't know whether I didn't want to shift click in, but there we go. Nothing that I'm not used to by now. And then hopefully, yeah, we can just make one of those. We've got some of the medium voltage ones. So let's just get this set up then, so that that power can run into the input here. In fact, the input is the top one before we make any kind of error here. So let's pop down one of the wooden posts. We'll put our transformer. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really sort of like connect up very nicely at all, actually. But fine. Yeah, that is fine. Fine. Right. So we want some high voltage coil. No, that's not going to work either, is it? I think, do you know what? Thinking about this, let's get rid of that, because that's still within our 32 blocks. We'll connect this to here, directly into this. If I can get up there, be easy to do this from the top, I think, into here. There we go. So that's now connected to this, and then we can connect the medium voltage coil from here to here. One of the connection points is invalid. From here to here. I remember this before. This didn't really want to work, did it? To here. Linking from there to here. You cannot attach a wire to the same point. Let's try this again. Oh, why does this always get me? Here to here. And that's still not worked. From here. Can I land on top? Oh, I can't even land there now. To here. Good. Right. We got there eventually. So now, all of that power is running along here into our system here. It's still sort of bottlenecked here, but that will definitely bolster up the power. And if we have a look, just see how much this is filling up now. It's been night for a while. So we've got, this is half full. That's completely full. So we've got basically 30 million RF sitting over here. It's just probably not the most efficient way. I really don't like the way that just floats in midair. Yeah, that's really quite, I just don't like that at all. I probably could have placed this on top of the post, and that would have looked a bit better. But it's fine. We'll leave it like that for now. So then the next thing that we need to look at is to get this a little bit more efficient. And I'm thinking to myself that I'm probably just going to move this whole process. So we've got this is coming along here, and that's fine. That's bolstering up that position there. But I'm kind of thinking that I'd like to move my assembly table setup away from there. I don't know. I just kind of feel there's not enough space over here. It's starting to feel a little bit cramped. And I've got a fair few more of the lasers ready to go in there because I think this new system will be able to handle it. I think what potentially we could do is there any way that I could get it set up down here? Because then it's near the logistics pipes and we can get that set up as part of the system down here and start sort of teaching that how to do stuff. So I can just kind of request stuff and then leave it running. I think. But then again, we could get it set up in the corner over there and run the logistics pipes underneath, and then we won't have to run power quite so far. And then when we do eventually change this over to a better system of power transference, probably say Ender IO, then it'll be a bit closer. Yeah, okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set the assembly table up with the lasers over here, perhaps just behind here somewhere. And I think that'll work better. So let's just go and grab our assembly table then, and the various bits. We can get rid of that because we don't need it. We'll move that. We'll move that. And yeah, we'll grab up those bits. Now, hopefully nothing else was feeding off of that. See, that already looks better because we've got rid of a load of the wires. We'll remember to move the chest. And what I really want is to have our assembly table sitting kind of centrally there. And then we'll have the lasers. Just grab some more of that. And the lasers sitting along the top pointing at it. That's probably just a bit of overkill there now, but let's just put that along there for now and then. We'll make this look better afterwards, but I just kind of want to get an idea for how this setup can work. So how many have we got in total? We've got 14, so we need 7. We'll have 7 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the central point? So that's 3 that side, 1 in the middle, and then 3 this side. And then, yeah, we'll do the same the other side. As always, thinking of my feet never really quite works out for me. And then what we'll have is the lasers basically sitting on the walls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the same the other side, like this. And hopefully our new power system will at least be able to handle this a little bit. Yeah, I think that's going to be much better. And then on top of each one of these, we'll have one of the high voltage setters. Now we're going to need to make some more of these, but we'll have one of the high voltage connectors. And then this relay should be able to feed all of those. We're going to have wires everywhere again, but as I say, for now, I think that's the best way forward. And then later on, we'll just change it out, and we'll have some of the energy conduits behind here and here pretty soon, actually, I think. So I'm going to go away. I'm going to grab some more of the high voltage connectors, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so a couple of minutes later, and I've got those bits. Now, I thought to myself, actually, the way that we can probably make this easier is if we get rid of, or say easier, neater, if we get rid of all these bits, we get rid of that one as well, because we didn't want that there. And we'll get rid of these 2 blocks, because we don't need those either. And yeah, we can get rid of that on the end and that on the end. And then we'll do the same over this side, like so. Yeah, and that's now all nicely lined up. What we can do is we'll take the high voltage connectors and we'll put, say, one on the back of each of these. And then we'll do the same on this side. So it's going to be a bit more tricky because I'm right on the edge. Let's do it this way. Like so. And then what we'll do is... Yeah, that's lined up with that, isn't it? Then what we'll do is we'll just come off the edge of here for a second and we'll pop a little pillar up here so that we can get another one of the relays hanging down here. So that just needs to be, in fact, it needs to be at that height. So we'll get rid of one more. And now we can get rid of those blocks that we just placed there. And we'll hang another one of these, say, relays just here. Like so. Is that the same height? Yeah, it is. Good. So we can run a wire between the two relays. So from here to here. And that should be getting power. And then hopefully we can connect from here to here. Yeah, and that is then getting power. And then we'll just connect up all of the wires all the way along to all of these. Okay, so that is that all linked up. And yeah, now I guess just really need to test this. So just going to grab our chest from over here. And in fact, we won't grab the chest because there's too much stuff in there. We'll grab the chest that's in there. And we'll try with some of the redstone chipsets. So if we pop that there, that will now be the output point. And we'll pop our redstone in there, ask it for some chipsets. Let's just see. All the lasers are working. Good. And don't seem to be running out of power either. Let's just have a quick look and see how quickly this is filling up. Yeah, that is much better. Okay, well, I would call that a result. Everything is working much faster. I don't like the way that that is sort of cutting through the chest. We'll definitely do something about that. Perhaps in between episodes, I think I might raise this up another couple of blocks higher just so that it looks a bit neater. But mission achieved. We've now got a far better setup for our assembly table. As I say, we're going to be able to get under here and get the logistics pipes along here so that can become part of our system as well. And then we'll be able to teach it to do some of the bits so that we don't have to keep coming over here all the while. And hopefully we won't need a chest there at all. So guys, I'm going to end the episode there because as I say, I feel that we've achieved a good result for today. And if you've liked the video, drop us a like. That is always appreciated. And as always, until next time, take care. Bye.